So I mentioned in Monday's blog that I've started doing some, I guess, investigative work on porting my engine to consoles. It's too early at this point to announce any specific plans for either of the Gunmetal Arcadia games. Currently, the only versions that I've announced are Windows, Mac, and Linux for each of those. But I've reached out to the console platform owners, and I'm doing some initial development work there. The difficulty that has created is that because of NDAs, I can't talk about what platforms I'm looking at, and I can't really talk about any of the specifics of the work. I can sort of describe in general my approach for porting my engine to a new platform, and that's sort of what I did in Monday's blog. But I think I'm going to very quickly exhaust that sort of general purpose writing. What I don't want to do is is wind up in a place where just like every single week it's, well, I did some work but I can't talk about it, sorry. So I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to put everything on hold for a little while. I'm going to pause the blog, pause this video series, pause my Patreon. Just put everything on hold until I've wrapped up this port work, or enough of it that I can sort of talk more specifically about some of the progress that I've made without breaking NDAs. So that it might be a week, it might be several weeks, it might be months. I won't really know until I get a little bit further into it. When I ported my engine from Windows to Mac and Linux, I think that took probably a few months in total, but it was kind of spaced out over a long period of time. So I really couldn't say at this point how long it's going to take, but like I said, I don't want to be in a position where every single week I'm sort of having to say, sorry, nothing new this week. So I think it makes more sense to just kind of put everything on hold now and pick it up once there's something to show. I'll probably write something on next Monday's blog to the same effect, just to push that message out there a little bit. But that's sort of what I'm thinking right now anyway. So normally I guess this is where I'd say please like and subscribe. This series is supported through Patreon. Shout out to Patreon supporters Jace, Benjamin Anderson, and Opa Nana for their contributions. You can find those links below, but as I've said, I'm going to be pausing that for a little bit. But thank you for watching, and stay tuned for whenever I pick this up again.